Hey everybody, welcome back to another channel birthday video where we kind of look back at the year that was and try to sprinkle in some little Easter eggs or hints of hopefully what we can do this upcoming year. Now, this past year was a phenomenally, really good year for us. Kind of looking back at some of our rankings, it's crazy to see where the channel has gone, and it's all because of you guys. So first off, thank you guys for supporting us. You know, we wouldn't be here without you. And we're definitely trying to really listen and really hone in on the topics that you guys enjoy. And I think that's really showing in the statistics. The previous year's birthday video, we were aiming about 300 subscribers. And now we're over 900. We're on our way to 1,000. And it's just crazy to see that much growth in one single year. And it's just crazy to think, if we can do that much in one year, what can we do in the next? And so, again, guys, thank you so much for helping us out. Now, I am a host of Architectural Adventures as well as Fossil Frenzy, and I guess host of Culz Interviews, Culz Book Reviews, that kind of stuff. And we did quite a bit of different Culz interviews this year. You know, we went from 5 to 22 in a single year. I mean, it was insane. And big shout out to Mark Eddy, who's become kind of like our booker. He just has a whole Rolodex of awesome contacts because like he's given us some just fascinating topics we can talk about with some fascinating guests. And you know, we wouldn't have been able to do that without him. So obviously we gotta say thank you to Mark for really helping us out and connecting us with some awesome guests. As far as Fossil Frenzy, we did do some episodes and we were starting to get on a roll, but after the Meraxes video, I haven't really done any. So when we get to like what we hope to do this upcoming year, we'll come back to that. And Architectural Adventures, same thing. We haven't really done anything, so I guess that's on me. I gotta sit down and really take initiative on researching some architectural topics we can do. And hey, maybe we may not be able to do it when we travel out of state, but if we can do it while we're in Colorado, you know, maybe another Tallest of series, but with Colorado Springs or something. I don't know.
Hi, I'm Andrew, your host of Alpha Reviews and Tales of the Craft.
Hello, I'm Sam from Weekly Abductions.
Hi, I'm Matt. I am current host of Spirits of the Silver Screen and True History of the Silver Screen.
So this year we did kick off a new series, Culz Sports Chat. And that podcast was really to dig into our love of different sports. Now it's sort of been all football themed. We did have a WWE WrestleMania kind of short video after the Royal Rumble, but majority has been football. So hopefully, you know, you guys have enjoyed that. You know, it's just something else we can add. And it helps us out, you know, sometimes, you know, hey, there's a delay in editing. Let's go to talk sports. So that was fun. And, you know, it's good to get some different faces on and just some different voices. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that.
Well, and this year, for the first time, we kind of jumped into this world of sports. Did quite a few sports podcasts. Super fun stuff to talk about, you know, whether it was a fantasy draft, who we thought was going to be drafted, the Super Bowl projections, and talking about, you know, just the wide world of sports.
So this year, I mean, we did 2 big investigations at Adams State University, which was just such a big honor for us to be invited down there, not only to investigate, but also to do a presentation and really interact with the students there and hopefully inspire them to build a ghost hunting or paranormal club there. And I think that's what it's all about. Like, if we can help people or inspire people, hey, we're doing our job, and that's really what we're in it for. Now, the first time we went in, kind of told our story at the presentation. The second time was a little bit different. We did do like a thought experiment involving cryptids. I don't want to go too in depth with it here because I want to do a little video of it on the channel. I think it would be a video that you guys would enjoy. But as far as the investigations, the first one was really fun. We kind of started out thinking it was just the 3rd floor hallway, and so we were setting up the cameras that way, and you know, we were bringing students in groups of like 3 to 4 so that they could work with the tools and kind of just see what it was all about. But then towards the end of the night, we did get kind of free reign of the 1st and 2nd floors as well as the auditorium, and I think that's where things started happening. You know, we did have, you know, lights possibly turning on and off. You know, some of us had weird experiences with voices or just feelings. but I don't think that compares to the second one. And the second one for me, I thought was more impactful. I experienced a lot more, and it did start off slow, but at the same time, last time kind of started off slow. The difference was we didn't have that massive group where like 20 or 30 people showed up. This time it was just confined to the paranormal club at that school. I would say about 10 o'clock, we started kind of feeling some stuff, and I remember going down that medical hallway and definitely felt different. And I think that's when everyone started either hearing stuff or feeling stuff. Lo and behold, we caught some of our coolest evidence, I think, especially if Andrew says that's a face and he's our local skeptic. I mean, can't get better than that. So yeah, Adams State was really good. We'll be doing a compilation video of both our first and second trip down there, just to give everyone a better source to watch both evidences and maybe a little bit more backstory to the school. So stay tuned for that. But again, Adams State, thank you for the invitation. We really enjoyed it, and hopefully we can come back down in the near future.
So we did a lot of fun things this year. One of the things we did was Adams State University. We got to do an investigation there. So we didn't investigate for a long time. It was only a 4-hour investigation. There was a few things here and there. I was watching the monitors, so I didn't get to really investigate a lot. But I did hear some knocking on the walls, some interesting noises. It was a fun experience. There was a presentation we did as well to explain what we do and kind of the history of us. And that was pretty fun as well.
So we were able to do 2 investigations up at Adams State University. On the first one, we were able to kind of get a feel for the place. We did a presentation, which was pretty cool. We actually helped them start their own ghost group, which was, I don't know, it's pretty accomplishing for us. But we were set to investigate only the top hall, but then we were able to do multiple floors. There was a lot of areas that had some interesting things. I looked back at the kitchen at one point, and we caught something coming out of the kitchen like a little bit before I looked back, like I noticed it leave. But it definitely did set us up for the second one. We were able to go up again, interact with their ghost group. So we had them do some thought experiments to like see how they would view things in certain scenarios and how it would be, which is something that we kind of have to do whenever we see stuff that we can't explain. We just go through a thought process to try and pinpoint it and figure it out. But then we were able to investigate again. We set up cameras. It took us a long time this time because we thought we needed more cords than we needed, and so it kind of went pretty heavy. But we were able to set up. We caught some pretty incredible evidence this time. We caught a face that came up towards the camera, and it was definitely really fascinating.
I was on the first investigation at Adams State. We had some interesting stuff happen, nothing like what was experienced the second time around, but we had lights going off and on in the auditorium. There was a dog barking where there was no dogs present, so just had a weird vibe in the air. You could feel the chill.
And did we hit some places this year? I mean, outside of the previously mentioned Adams State University down in Alamosa, which was really cool, just a huge opportunity for us. We got to go to some of the sites around there. We got to return to the Colorado Gator Farm, which unfortunately they did have that big fire, and it was nice that hopefully we were able to spread the word and for their GoFundMe, which we'll also include in the link below. But we also returned to the sand dunes this year, which was fun. For just to get the whole group out there and experiencing that again, as well as kind of checking off looking at the UFO watchtower. Now, not checking off the watchtower as a whole, but at least being able to say, hey, we got down there finally. It's been something on our list, so I was glad we were able to finally get down there and check it out. Now, I do think we'll do a proper weekly abductions episode on it at some point, and the opportunity to go camp there just sounds like a great time. We did hit some sporting events as usual, we did hit the Battle of the Rock homecoming game between Castleview High School and Douglas County High School here in Castle Rock, so that was kind of fun. Just, having two different sides of the same coin as far as Castle Rock teams going, and, a little bit rivalry between the team as we're split as far as where we went to high school at, so that was fun. Per usual, we did make it back up to University of Wyoming for their homecoming game as well. It was super fun. We always enjoy going up there. Everyone's super nice to us, and just that atmosphere and the game itself. I mean, it's great food. And the final sporting event we hit was recently. We went back to the Roswell Invaders and got to see them play Garden City Wind. We enjoy every festival checking out the Roswell Invaders. The whole Pecos League is fun. We were definitely super bummed that the Colorado Springs Snow Sox did not return. So I think the closest one right now is Trinidad. But yeah, we couldn't pass up on that, and we enjoyed each of those sporting adventures. Speaking of Roswell, yes, we did return to the Roswell UFO Festival again. And once again, we thought it was super fun. We get to meet a lot of new people and hang out with some friends we already knew. And so it's always a fun time. We got to see a little bit more of the festivities this time, as far as like the drone show, the parade, just some things we missed. We did spend a lot more time walking around the whole festival. As far as 2 days, just putting our backpacks on and hiking around the town. And yeah, obviously, I think this has become a yearly tradition, so would not be surprised 2024 we're back again. So if you guys do want to hang out with us in Roswell, we did get to do a interview at the Honeybrook Craft Meadery. It's a local meadery here that we do go from time to time, and it was nice to finally be able to share them with you guys and learn ourselves more about the whole process of making mead and seeing the behind the scenes stuff. That was super cool. We also had to say goodbye to Piccolo's restaurant down in Denver. This one was a bummer for me and Colin for sure. It's a place that we used to go to quite a bit, and so it was nice. Obviously, we got to at least go back there one last time. Just it's a bummer it's gone. And luckily, we do have a video to remember by, because it's just sad. A lot of childhood memories closing. We obviously went back to Lincoln, Fort Sumner, New Mexico. We also got to visit a ton of different famous graves, be it Billy the Kid. We did visit Doc Holliday, Kid Curry, Uncle Kit Carson, Philip S. Miller, and the list can go on and on. I mean, we did a ton, and I've also enjoyed that, because I know not everyone gets the opportunity to go to these different famous resting places, and hopefully in our videos at least you can visit it that way if you're unable to make it in person. And our whole channel is also about just keeping stories alive, sharing stories, and making sure everything's out there and accessible to everyone. It's not behind paywalls or anything like that, so we're just happy to share stories.
While we were in the Adams State University area, we went to the sand dunes. That was really fun. It was a great day there, going down one of the sand dunes and trying to climb back up it. We also went to the gator farm. That was a pretty cool experience as well, seeing all the gators and the other reptiles. We also got to go to the UFO watchtower. That was a pretty neat experience there, going to the top there, seeing what they could see. It wasn't nighttime, so we didn't really do any watching of UFOs. We also got to see the Castleview versus Douglas County High School homecoming game. That was really fun. It was a close game. Jiggy and I were rooting for Castleview, but Rexy's team won. Douglas County. Not gonna forget that one. We also had our last meal at Piccolo's. That was a delicious day. Had lots of Bloody Marys. We also did a review on Cocaine Bear. That was a great movie. Everybody should watch that at least 20 times. And last but not least, I finally got to talk about my top 10 guys in suits. I had lots of them. I wish there was more than just 10, because I had so many. There was so many zippers you can see. It was
Yeah, they're like the Zanzibar leopard. Highlights for this year would be Adams State, the UFO Watchtower, Unfortunately, we couldn't be there at nighttime, so that's something that I kind of want to go back to at some point. And the gator farm. The gator farm was really cool. It's very unfortunate what happened to the gator farm, but go support them if you can, because that was a terrible scenario that played out, and it's quite unfortunate. I did another part where I was talking about Ark dinosaurs and their the prehistoric dinosaurs, the flying prehistorics, and then the aqua. We did the Jurassic World expedition, which we did once before in Chicago, and then we did it again now in Denver, which was slightly different for sure, but was also really cool. We got to go to Piccolo's on its last couple of days, which was a restaurant that I guess we went to a couple times when I was younger. I just don't remember it due to unfortunate scenarios. We went to Roswell again this year, which was pretty fun. Unfortunately, I got sunburnt the weekend beforehand, so I wasn't able to go out the last couple of days. But first day was cloudy, which was really nice, so then I was able to walk around and do some stuff and had a blast. And we did a lot of interviews with a lot of amazing guests this year. Yeah, I'd like to thank all of them because they were all amazing guests. I learned a lot of new, different things about it. Lots of new stuff. We did an interview with a brewery here in Honeybrook, which we were able to pass out tokens in Roswell for them. So hopefully we get to see some of those people from Roswell come down through Honeybrook at some point.
All right, so this past year, we did our normal homecoming trip up to Laramie to check out the Wyoming Cowboys taking on their opponents. It was super late night, we got out, Taco Bell was open. It was like, dude, let's totally go to Taco Bell. Hour later, we finally got our food and got on the road. Didn't get home probably till 1 or 2 in the morning, so that was a late night. We also went to Roswell for the 76th Roswell Space Festival, which was pretty cool. We stayed out in Hondo, New Mexico, at a little cabin. It was a super cool place. Maybe somewhere down in the comment section we can add the link to that little cabin that we stayed at, but that was pretty cool. It was very peaceful at nighttime, hearing the crickets and just what you normally don't hear being in the suburban or city life. And also to see the stars. I mean, an incredible amount of stars with a lot less light pollution. So it was pretty cool. So some of the other highlights this year is we reviewed that god-awful movie Cocaine Bear. That one belongs to go into a vault and never make an appearance again. It sounds like there's going to be a sequel with a different animal. We checked out our friends over at the Meadery here in Castle Rock. Super cool place. A lot of fun stuff going on behind the scenes. Highly recommend that if you haven't been yet to the Meadery, come on down. This year we also said farewell to some of our childhood memories. Piccolo's in Denver shut down after 50 years of service to the community and providing wonderful Mexican-Italian food, which is kind of an odd combination, but it worked. They did a great job at doing it. We checked out one of the movies I rather enjoyed more than Cocaine Bear in The Founder. It was kind of the story about how McDonald's kind of got started and how the businessman selling the self-aid mixing ice cream machines for milkshakes and everything. So yeah, some good memories on this here. Dumb but fun stuff we did. We went to the DC CVHS high school homecoming football game where DC kicked some CVHS ass. Hell yeah, way to go Huskies. Taking care of business, putting those Sabercats in the ground. We checked out probably the most pornographic movie I watched this year, Britannic. We also, led a group of inspiring paranormal investigators at Adams State, getting to talk to the kids and let them know, hey, this is what we do, how we do it, this is the equipment that we use. And hopefully we inspired some of them to want to come out and be a paranormal investigator, maybe, run their own investigations. Great group of kids up there. Really hope to see you guys in the field soon. The alligator farm, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure we got their GoFundMe link down below in our comment section. If you can give any money, help them out rebuild. Despite what PETA says, the alligator farms, they took great care of these animals. These are passionate people who, took on these animals that people thought they could just own as a house pet. An alligator's not a house pet, people. And the great people there at the alligator farms brought in these alligators, gave them a quality form of life. They weren't going to survive out in the wild. So PETA needs to shut its face. But help them out, rebuild it. We're going to go down there, check them out once, stuff gets rebuilt, and we might even go down there beforehand, throw out some manual labor, give them some love. But yeah, some fun stuff. Oh, the green chili cheese. And a shout out to Andrew. You say this is a mighty fine burger, but you know what, buddy? Next time you're in New Mexico, Roswell, Lincoln, wherever we're at, try that green chili double cheeseburger, because that thing is legit. McDonald's, bring it to Colorado. We have green chilies here as well. Give us that mighty fine double green chili cheeseburger.
So unfortunately 2023 was a year where we lost some, parts of our family, and both with, me and Colin and our side, and as well as Sam, and we'll get to Sam's story here in a second. But as far as we go, my grandparents, they did lose their dog Gracie in late 2022. And, Gracie had been around a while, a little Italian Greyhound, and one my daughter just absolutely loved, and man, we grew up with. I still remember the first time we ever saw Gracie. We went over, we're so excited because we heard my grandparents got a new dog, and I remember my grandma opened the door, and we didn't even see because she was just holding her, and she was so little, just so tiny. And then we did lose Sophie here early 2023, and that one was really sad for us. Me, my daughter, Colin, my mom, everybody. And my little Sophie Dove, she would always get just so excited whenever we got home, and oh man, she just curl up and want attention, and if you didn't pet her enough, she'd rub her face on you until you petted her. And then we also lost our Auntie Irene. This was really sad, obviously. Been on a lot of really fun trips with our Auntie Irene when we go out to Indiana, and You know, our first trip there, we went to the Field Museum. We got to see Sue. We got to see the Ghost in the Darkness lines from Salvo. You know, there's some King Tut stuff there. We got to go to the Science and Industry Museum, and I always remember we got to go to the Sears Tower, and we spent like 4 hours in the observation deck. And she was always like, I've lived here for so many years in Chicago. I've never spent that much time up in that building. And so, yeah. After that trip, you know, when she moved further down in Indiana, we did get to go visit her, go to IU Bloomington, check out that campus, check out Indianapolis, check out the stadium there, check out the Indy 500, you know, and she'd come out here. Luckily, she was able to meet my daughter. I'm just sad we weren't able to get out there, get back to Chicago or Indiana like I'd wanted for a few years, and at least get her involved and introduce you guys to her. Definitely bummed that you guys weren't able to get to know her. We definitely lost some parts of our family, and I know Sam did as well, so I'll turn it over to Sam.
So this year we had to unfortunately put down one of our dogs. His name was Rooney. He was a good old chap. He lived a long, good life. I just remember all the times that you would hang out with him. He was a very big hugger, so everywhere you would go, he would be right up against you, and he would lean into you, almost pushing you over sometimes, because he was definitely a big dog. And also, whenever the trains would pass by, he would howl along with the coyotes, because in his younger years, we weren't able to ever get him to the point where we can have him off leash outside of our fence. And so he would like sprint off, and then he'll go play with coyotes, which was always scary, but he would be out in the middle and 3 coyotes would be circling him, and they would try to catch him but couldn't catch him, and then eventually like they gave up and he gave up. I think they were little coyote pups. He was our snake watcher for our chickens too. He even grabbed a snake and threw it one time. He will be forever missed.
And this year, we also lost Ellie, my uncle's dog. We knew her, obviously she's been around a long time, played a lot with my daughter, went on a lot of walks. And finally, Lisa, who was my friend Nathan's mom, I saw passed away too. So a lot of names, but trying to help keep memories alive. for 2024, what do I want to do? I think, obviously, going back to earlier, Fossil Frenzy, I really want to bring that back. It's been a while since we've done an episode, and unlike a lot of the episodes, like, say, Architectural Adventures, I do have some scripts already kind of planned out, and so it wouldn't be very hard to get back into it. We've just been so busy with so many different things. It kind of gets to the point, it's like, which ones do I pick? And so definitely want to get back into Fossil Frenzies as well as Architectural Adventures. Just two series that I know do very well and you guys really enjoy. And I feel bad that I've fallen behind the ball a little bit. Speaking about series that I haven't done in a little bit, Culz book reviews, definitely want to start getting back into that. It's not that we haven't been reading, I've just been bad at filming reviews. So I will definitely have to maybe even just plan a day where we get like 5 or 6 book review videos out, because I'm definitely behind on, especially with so many awesome guests that have come on. You know, we want to read their books and stuff, and I feel bad, again, we haven't done some book reviews just because we are so busy. You know, so hopefully, you know, maybe 2024 we get an editor. That would definitely help out a ton. But as far as the locations I would like to go to, I mean, obviously, you talk about Roswell, University of Wyoming. These are locations we always go to, but it's always on my like to-do list because it's just so much fun to hang out with you guys, and we just enjoy it so much. So those two definitely make the list. I think Dodge City would be fun. It plays a big part of the Wild West, which is, the Wild West has grown into a topic that's really almost a mind of its own on our channel anymore. And so it's not terribly far from us. And definitely, I think, would be a fun thing to share with you guys. If we could get back up to Rapid City, perhaps, and do a little bit more videos on, like, Mount Rushmore, or Crazy Horse Memorial and Crazy Horse himself. Plus, there's a lot of cool little Easter eggs around Rapid City, and Utah would be another one. There's some awesome museums. Kind of ties in, I guess, with Fossil Frenzy as far as some topics I'd want to talk about are located up in Utah. And so that would be a fun place to get to. And heck, if we can get back to Chicago, I don't know. And even Tennessee. It's been one that we almost got to a few years back, and then just because of the pandemic and everything, we were unable to, and just haven't been able to plan it since. So if we can get to it, maybe 2024, I'm all for it. But yeah, I mean, there's still so many places in Colorado. We could go back up to Glenwood Springs, go down to the Ludlow Massacre site, and then even maybe talk about Alfred Packer. I mean, that's been a series I've wanted to do for a little bit and just haven't put it together yet. But, you know, we could go up to, obviously we've seen his grave up in Littleton, but go up to Boulder, there's the Cannibal Cafe at CU, and then go down to the actual site where it happened. We've been to the prison a little bit, but I would like to also focus a little bit more on some of our just like familial history videos, the From Whence We Came series, because that's always so much fun, and it's good to share stories that aren't ours once again, but some of our family members. You know, everyone's, unfortunately with time, everyone does get older, and it's nice to be able to still have the opportunity to share these stories. Ireland would definitely be a cool one. It's been like a dream to go there and kayak with basking sharks. Scotland would be another fun one, especially if you want to do some more in-depth kind of stuff on Nessie. And then, you know, go to Britain. It's a place that it's kind of weird we haven't made it to, but that'd be kind of a fun one to do. There's a lot of history over there, a lot of different topics we could cover. Probably feel bad coming back because I'd be like, I had like 30, but I only got to 5. And then finally, I'd say like the Mothman Festival would be something really cool, especially after talking with Jackie and Bill. It's just something I think me and Sam both were like, we got to go. I mean, it was already kind of on the list anyways, but after just hearing their experience, I was like, nah, this sounds really cool. We got to do it. Well, thank you guys for joining us, reminiscing on our year that was. I just want to say, great job to the team. I mean, I know everyone worked hard. We were doing a lot of new stuff, some new stuff that a few years ago we probably wouldn't have even thought of doing. And so we're growing and we're learning. You know, it's a learn on the job kind of thing, and you know, it's definitely working out for the best. And thank you guys. Obviously, without you, we might be uploading videos, but it wouldn't be reaching anyone. You know, it's because you guys are enjoying it, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, letting us know what you guys like, what you don't, and that way we can learn, you know. Without your input, we're kind of just shooting in the dark, and so it was really cool to have a lot of more interaction this last year, and I just can't wait to see what happens by the time we make this video in 2024, you know, how far we've gone and what cool things we might have done, and we'll see you in the future.
Let's see here, some things that I want to do this year. Definitely want to do some more alpha reviews. I haven't done that for a while. I need to get back to that. I don't know if this is going to be accomplishable this year, but I definitely want to go to Scotland, check out the Boleskine house, maybe check out Nessie, see if we can find her. Just got to make sure that there's a zipper there. I'm pretty sure there is. It's really hard to make out on that photo because of how blurry it is, but I'm pretty 100% sure, 99.9% sure I saw a zipper. Could be a guy in a submarine. I want to go to Zanzibar. I want to show everybody that there is no zipper on that leopard. That was a real leopard. Clearly.
It's clearly a real leopard.
A real leopard.
With the zipper.
I also like to do some reviews on different movies, do some deep dives. Like to check out The Witch, do a deep dive on that. Flatwoods Monster. Like to do that one.
Flatwoods Monster doesn't have one.
Oh. Cancel the Flatwoods. So there's not a Flatwoods Monster movie?
No, there's no movie.
Okay, so we're gonna make one and do a deep dive on it. Overall, it was a pretty productive year, I feel. We accomplished a lot, had a lot of fun. We went from 300 subscribers to almost 1,000 now. So I feel like we've gone a long ways.
So what I would like to do this year, I would like to go back up to the UFO tower and actually spend like a couple nights there and be able to see what's up in the sky if possible. If they need it, potentially maybe help out the Gator Farm in Honeybrook. The Gator Farm potentially with whatever we can. Honeybrook if they need it with up at the Palisade Festival, because we'll be able to walk around for a little bit, but then also just help them out at their tent and help with what is needed. I mean, I'm going to agree with Andrew. I would like to go up to Scotland and hang out by Loch Ness. I mean, just because it'd be fun to do. And there's a couple of abandoned places that we could do out there as well. Going to Ireland as well, because I'm going to agree with Keegan. Going to Ireland would be pretty fun and doing some crazy stuff out there. Because there's a lot to explore, and we'll probably hit up Roswell again this year. But I also want to hit up some of the other UFO festivals throughout the States. It may not be a this year goal, but like that is a goal. Along with see the American Stonehenge, because ever since that one interview, I definitely want to go check that place out and just kind of be there, feel the energies, along with the Mothman Festival, because that would be really fun to go do and check out. Some like close range stuff. We are working on a weekly abductions of some stuff here in Colorado that happened in Colorado around here, and then I have some others that I've been looking into and been working on. I want to get back to doing the CIA like drop files, declassified files that were there, because we've kind of fallen off on that, and that's my fault, but I will get back to it, I promise. And then get you some more of the ARC videos, which I already have. I have a couple almost ready to go, and then that will be done, and then I might potentially dive into some other games and talk about some other games as well, just because I like that. We want to start doing some tabletop series, actually, where we play some tabletop games with the group, and us doing like some stuff. I want to teach the group some Magic the Gathering, which is, well, EDH. I'll have to be specific about that because there's many different types of that game, but mainly I play EDH, which is Commander, also known as Commander. for those who don't know what EDH is. But that is a part of the plan this year, because I think they may enjoy that, they may not enjoy it, but it would still be a fun time. I have some buddies that I play with that we talked about maybe recording some sessions of ours, which I'm totally for, and I don't think they would be opposed to throwing that up for people to watch, along with interviewing those two, because they are both musical artists. Well, they're music producers, I should specify that. They are music producers, and they are both really good and talented at what they do. Other than that, we have some more investigations for this year to do. I have a buddy that wants us to investigate a bar down here in Castle Rock, which will be pretty fun. And then we have some other big stuff planned. So, final thoughts on this year. This year has been crazy, hectic, a lot of stuff happening, a lot of stuff going on. Stressful, relaxing, all spectrums. It's been a good year. It's been a very interesting, but also a very good year.
I would kind of like to maybe start getting back into the horror films and stuff like that. And, you know, towards the end of this year of 2023, some of the movie studios have some really good, interesting looking Halloween type movies, horror films coming out. I'm super excited that hopefully, you know, one of them can actually get my blood adrenaline running. The last few that we've checked out just haven't done the job. They all seem the same anyway, you know, anymore, but one of these might actually be pretty good. Maybe this Insidious Red Door. I need to go check it out, see what it does for me. There's still quite a few places on my list to check. I mean, there's so many to list, but I want to really still check out that Native American State Park down south of us here in New Mexico. It's a little bit off in the other direction, so it's going to have to be a trip on its own. You know, hitting just some of the interesting places in this world that maybe have been untouched or not seen in a while, and to bring it to you, our viewers, or to give you the story and the history behind a town, or maybe why they chose certain cities to be the home of the Jolly Green Giant, or the world's largest fry pan, or maybe that big ball of string. Just hitting some of the interesting, weird facts here about the United States. You know, this year totally was an incredible year. We saw growth that we didn't really project. I know we weren't really thinking at all that we would triple our subscriber count from just the beginning of this year, really. We're so close to that 1,000 subscriber limit. Or not limit, but that 1,000 milestone mark, and it's because of you guys that are already out there as our subscribers. But we want you to tell your buddies, your friends, check these guys out. We're weird, yes, we know it, but damn it, we love being weird. Fuck normal. So yeah, check us out. 2024, I'm really hoping that we continue on the pace that we're at. We triple our numbers again. Shoot, who knows where we'll be, but keep the subscribes coming.
Alright guys, thank you though for having another wonderful year. Like we've all said, it's just been fascinating and awesome, lots of cool places, and once I've been here without your guys' support, it's been by far the most support we've had from all you guys, so we super appreciate it. Next year it's going to be even better, so stay tuned, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. You know, the last year review video is going to pop to your left and the most recent video to your right. But again, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the future.